Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Dooby dooby doo.
Can you hear me? Kiko.
Oh, did you hear that?
I couldn't figure out how to what I turned off or on. Now I found it. So should have audio. You hear me, Kiko? You should. He was making fun of me last 2 weeks. What is that noise? Kiko, turn your mic on.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Can I hear you? Of course I can. I can't smell you, but that's a good thing. Mayong buntag.
Norwegian.
Hong butuan. Okay.
Talking around a lot.
Bye, sweetie. Go to work. Earn your money. Oh,
Can you hear my speaker mic okay?
I can hear you, Tony. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me, Tony?
Okay. I
Okay,
messed
yes or
around
no?
and something a couple of weeks, well, a couple of weeks ago. Didn't know
You
why I
got
didn't see no speaker wasn't
close
going,
the door.
the whole singing around the icon. What do you call it? Yeah,
Okay, Ronald, where are you?
touch them and off and on, this and that. So must be okay. Gotta get a new computer pretty soon. They have Lenovo here, but from what I see,
I can't hear you, Christian.
the Core i3. I always remembered what you, Christian, what you said about 5 or higher. So I might get I should be able to plug in a separate monitor, right? Because these guys are all done with my new room.
Christian, advise you never marry a 5 or higher.
They had to
Can you hear me, Tony?
campaign. I didn't like the way the one guy was working slow as molasses, man. The other day
Christian,
I
can
said,
you hear
well,
me?
I told the mother-in-law, tell me I can only afford one. Carpenter said, well, you only work if he works with him. I think that's his ride. When you turn on the air conditioning while he's working, sweating his ass off. I never seen a guy could stand in one corner for 8 hours, man.
Tony, can you hear me?
No, he's always had a. He's
Hey,
always
hello.
It's always for the audio. I think
Huh?
he uses those iPods.
AirPods.
So, yeah, that would be on him. If you can hear me, everybody should.
Yeah. Yeah, Christian, you can hear me. Tony can't hear me. He's got a microphone, but no headphones.
Well, go up to Manila in the next couple of short weeks here. Get my permanent 13A. to pay those guys. I'm gonna do a. I found one of my cameras. I gotta find one of the what you call it. God, I can't think of nothing no more. 1.5 years since I made a video, but I'm going to do a video called "If." Yeah, yeah, I see where we got 3 dots across the top. Mine's working.
No, Christian, he can't hear me.
Clock.
Tony, turn your speaker on or your headphones. You got us muted, Christian. Tell him to check the private chat. I just sent him a freaking note. It's going to be one long monologue if he can't hear anybody.
Call. We can what? We can call or hear. Yeah, mine's working for Christian, so I would imagine not much I can. Yeah, I got this mic is on, the speaker don't.
You can't hear me, Tony. Ain't shit I can do from here if you don't turn on the audio. It's a little far to send smoke signals. Feel like I'm on Michael's stream.
Oh man, plug it in. Forgot. Anyway, when I was talking about that computer thing,
Can you hear now?
I look up in the. I don't know how anybody finds them unless you find out from somebody else, but it's like on the.
Tony, is that a yes or no? Can you hear me?
Gaisano over here,
Hello.
and they have new computers over there. But it's some rinky dink, like closet kind of. I don't get that one, man. That was pretty
Tony, turn your headphones on.
cold. Yeah, I got. I don't have them muted, so mic settings.
Oh, jeez. Is he using headphones or his freaking speaker?
Whose side's talking? Whose side or mine?
I'm talking. We're both
That'd be
talking.
good.
You just
Good
can't
iPod.
freaking hear me.
Just
Fucking.
try headphones. I don't have headphones. Christian can hear me.
Yes, Tony, we can hear you, but you cannot hear me. It's that simple.
Can't hear shit, huh?
No, we can.
Boy, this sounds like Robert.
Jeez. I'm gonna get out and back in. Fuck it.
Well,
Hello?
uh,
Can you hear me?
so let me see. We got some selections here. Come for there. Let me see. I go into this.
Yo, testing. 1, 2, 3.
What am I looking for?
Yeah,
You
I hear
can't
you,
hear me.
Kiko.
Yeah, I know. You can hear me. Tony, can you hear Christian?
Go.
I guess
Speed of the
not.
test. Work.
Gee. He needs a freaking production engineer to run his stream.
Problem is he don't dare to have
Selection.
anyone go into his computer. If he dare that, I would fix his problem every time, but he's too
Right.
scared.
Right.
I don't
Oh, well, I
mind if
guess you and I will
someone.
talk, Christian. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright.
Yeah.
Stereo audio. Likewise.
Don't know where Ronald is. I saw him comment earlier before the stream came on, but
I don't know.
Yeah, you know, when you're in Asia,
Let me see.
I don't know how many live stream I would watch either.
yeah.
Oops. One. Oh, there you go. Told you.
Told me what?
Told you.
Can you hear us now? Hello?
Tony?
I can hear everybody.
Really?
I had to do my own troubleshooting here.
Yeah, well, you clicked the button, didn't you?
No, I was messing around before because I had no mic was working. I don't know what I hit a couple weeks ago. So as I'm getting within a half hour, I thought, oh man, what did I do? What did I hit that I shouldn't have been talking? So I got that, but evidently I had the mute on the computer itself.
Well, welcome to the stream 15 minutes late.
Better late than never, man.
You're sitting there, we're listening to your freaking monologue,
Well, you have to.
and we're yelling, hey, yo, yo. And you're just
Evidently-
going on. I thought I was on freaking Michael's live stream.
Evidently,
What it was like.
No, you didn't hear me. You must. How long did it take you to find out that I couldn't hear you?
2
About
seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Fuck, more like 10 minutes. Man.
Kept saying, oh, yo, yo. And you're going on and on.
Yo, that's on that. I couldn't hear you. Well, I can't respond to you if I can't hear you.
Yeah, I know.
That's how we found out you couldn't hear us.
That's why Christian's typing away, and I'm typing in private, and you're just
You
going
didn't-
on and on.
You
La
didn't-
La
well,
Land.
What was I gonna do? Stand here and like people in the background there? They want to hear something. I'm
You
sure.
could have at least told some good jokes. Shit. Hey, temperature here, the low this morning was 59. 59.
It's
But the
bullshit.
bad news is it's going to be 90 this afternoon. So
Yeah, 2:00 in the afternoon.
40 degrees difference. Yeah.
It doesn't start out 90 or 80 or whatever. Usually, where I'm from, it takes at least two in the afternoon. I like it here because I can wake up and it's already that.
Nah.
Anyway,
I spent 3 days down in Florida. That was too freaking hot for me. That
I
was
tried telling you,
peanut
I
weather, man.
tried telling this lady I know here. I said, Florida, Florida has cool temperatures in the winter, I told you. But the sun in Florida is like putting your hand right over a light bulb, 100-watt light bulb, letting it freaking keeping it right there. The ozone must be worse over there because it'll burn you in a minute. I found that the hard way, first time down. My fucking eyelids were so swollen, they were sticking open when I was talking. I don't think she understood what the hell I was saying, but it's been pretty gray around here lately. Waiting for that
Got
sun
to
to
send a
peak.
message out to Simon. Maybe he's getting off of work right about now. It's about lunchtime in England.
He ain't coming.
He might be in jail right now for talking against his government. Who knows?
Talking what?
Against his government.
Yeah, we all used to be a little like that, not no more. I don't even pay attention to it. There's so many gloom and doom frickin' things, especially that dude that has the YouTube channel. He used to be working for the Social Security, And I'm like, you know what, man? Why don't you just fucking tell people to shoot themselves? If you this, if you that, yeah, we know that.
Hey, this year you're going to be 64, right? This year, same as
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
So that new $6,000 benefit ain't going to kick in for you or me this year. I'm wondering if it will next year because we'll hit 65 by the end of November next year.
What are you talking about?
That new big beautiful bill. If you're 65 and over receiving Social Security, you get $6,000 credit on your income tax.
Well, I don't watch U.S. news here.
Okay, well,
That's why I don't know.
so we'll see next year if we live that long.
What that is they're trying to deplete that trust fund sooner than later, and then we'll all be like 23% less or 33%. You know what, man? They say stuff all the time. I mean, you do. If you don't, you don't. And what the fuck am I gonna do about it? They act like why don't you just go up there and knock on their fucking door and if you don't this, if you don't that, you can call up your representative.
Don't matter. It's a big club and we ain't in it.
Yeah, Well, you watch, man. When the Democrats get back in their next election, they're going to be changing a slew of shit. Huh. That's what screws us so up too, man. Is when they change stuff up. When one what do you call it is in play. It's
The
going
old
along.
pendulum swings both ways, right?
Yeah, that's when they get to call each other names.
That's what the game is, man.
Yeah, fucker. What's his name? Leonard, whatever.
Pretend like you care while you're robbing everybody blind. That's the name of the game.
People still fall for that, man. You see those people at the rallies. We had guys I used to work with that were there at Kamala's. And don't I didn't like either one of the choices, but I just it fucking scares me when you ask somebody something that they don't have no fucking clue. They might as well have been the janitor, that dude probably knew more. But through the grapevine, it's so fucking clueless, man. You would think if you want to be president, that just shows you this popularity contest bullshit. With a fucking and then you put her, I mean, every time the Democrats have had a shot, they put up some fucking lackey up there, man. She was the worst possible. I mean, Biden, come on, man. Look, that fucking guy was done from the first day he took. Fucker don't know which way to go. Nobody notices this shit. It's a pretty important position in the world, man. Lord. They
So, anyways, I saw Ronald in the message before your live stream, and I don't see him now. He must be out enjoying his Friday evening.
He's probably getting his freak on right now. Probably in production. He's probably making a movie.
Like Christian said, if you're in Asia, why would you be on a live stream? Right? Especially Friday night.
Yeah, if you're married.
Well, when you're retired, every night's Friday night, right?
It is. These weeks go by so fast. My father-in-law told me, because I don't even know what day it is sometimes. I thought, how can you not? Well, now I'm here. You know what? I was just thinking today, first time in my life I ever, being older, I fucking miss being young. I really miss being those times I had when I was a teenager, you know? Golly. Not caring the freaking world, but, you know, get a little beer in you. And
you get paid on Friday and you're broke on like Sunday morning.
Hey, and you had to line up at the bank, man, to cash your check. You know, that Friday night at the bank. Yeah.
That sucked.
Oh my God, the line would be like you're buying tickets for a concert.
I remember my dad. I used to go with my mom to pick my dad up from work, and on payday, they had a credit union right across the street, right from where the guys walked out the gate of the steel mill. And there we go. It was payday, so everyone going to that credit union cashed their check.
Oh, it's funny that place was holding, man. Yeah. We used to come when I was at the factory. They since closed and shipped the work out. Whatever American work they got over to North Carolina, but we used to go down to this place called Curry. This is on the black side of town, you know. And we go in there, we're cashing checks, you know, $600 checks at the time, and there were a lot of people come in there. They'd be looking at us like, what are these white people doing? Nobody ever tried to rob that guy. Nobody ever, man. All the 15 years I was there, I didn't have every week check, but you know, me and my cousin worked in the same department.
You remember in the Army, in the military, our check was always there on payday, man. That amazed me how, you know, with the government, you know, sometimes shit gets delayed, but they didn't mess with the paychecks, man. Every payday, that thing was in the mail, you know. Yeah. What did we get paid? The 1st and 15th of the month, I think?
Yeah.
Twice a month, right?
Every 2 weeks. Yeah. I think it was every 2 weeks.
No, it was twice a month. 1st and 15th. Yeah.
Yeah, because every 2 weeks. Because
no, if you go every 2 weeks, there's 26 pays in a year. That's the federal. If you work for the federal government, it's every 2 weeks. But military, it's 24 because it's 2 times a month.
There you go.
So.
And I shredded whatever was left in my jumps folder, and I got, you know, my DD-214, so it gives a shit about that other stuff. But I had a pay stub in there. I remember getting $545.
That was for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. I think I got mine from 84. It's like $440 or some shit.
Yeah. Man, the Master Lock where I worked, you know, they used to start out at $4 an hour. I was making $9, man, and I was 23 years old. I'm like, this fucking sweet. You know, I worked second shift. That's before I got married again. Didn't matter anyway.
I was making like almost $12 an hour, man, back in 81. That's
what I started out at in 85.
And my sister, my older sister, man, she said, I can't believe you make $300 a week. Clear, you know, take home.
Oh, yeah.
And for working in a freaking steel mill as a laborer, you know.
Do you know the factory was great. Well, I worked at a place called Prime Manufacturing, maybe a year when I was 18. The day I turned 18, I started working, and that was $4.75 an hour, 1980, I believe, or 79. And they had the same union dues as everybody else in there, skilled trades or not, lathe operator or a punch press and it cost me, because I had to be in the machinist union. It cost me the fuck? $75 to get in and $50 a month, I think. $50 or 70.
Yeah,
70
that's the game, man. Pay the big
and
bucks.
I'm the one that was making the lowest. All these other dudes,
Yep.
they had CNC machines and with the
Usually
computer
they
one.
make it like one hour wage per pay period. So if you make
Yeah,
15 bucks an hour, that's what you'd pay every 2 weeks or something like
yeah.
that.
So I was shocked. I'm like, well, I had my first wife was pregnant, I think, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? I mean, I'm paying what these dudes that make $18 an hour.
Right.
I'm making less than $5. And
I know
I was,
when I was in 77, my first minimum wage job, I think was $2.35 an hour was minimum wage in 77
was it?
when I was 16 years old.
Number, yeah.
First job outside of working for my dad.
Hey, when I started the factory, it was sweet because I lived with my parents in their apartment for a while, and I worked second shift. So party time every night was Friday night. So so I got out at midnight, and I was in a pool league, and I bust my ass to get down there. Got off at midnight. My boss let me out early. My boss, this guy named Joby Griffin. He used to go fishing with my dad all the time, and this guy was a pool player, dude. He was a hustler. Fucker, oh man, he was showing me shots that were just, his wife knew me when I was a little kid, when I was real low. But man, I loved it there. I would get to the bar and try to get just as fucked up as somebody that's been there all night. I drank Kingsbury one night. And I looked around me and I thought, how do these people realize that they're acting the way they're acting? I said, this is no fun. I started regular beer again. But it was fun, man. I had a good time. Not every day was a holiday, but man, oh man. The shit my other friend used to do. Little Greek mom. She was something else. So what's the Viking been up to there? Got the Jack. Hey, I'm thinking I was on the phone today and Jack called me. I didn't know it was him. I was on the phone messenger. So I told him, why don't you do these Friday nights? So I don't have to be the host, I can come in and go when I need to. And I thought that'd be a good idea, but I don't know where he's at though. I don't know if he's at. Yeah, is he in America or?
I don't know. Is there anybody else watching right now? Can you see if there's lurkers?
Nah, just one. Probably could be what's her name? Maria. Or Simon. Or the what do you call it? The twit.
Not Michael.
Maybe it's the twit. Who knows? But anyway.
Nobody hitting you up for money?
No. I think maybe he got home, man, and made it right with his mom. So sometimes you have to make mom a little happy.
Like they say, you got to kiss the ring, huh?
Yeah, if you're not going to be working, man, you need money. That's what you got to do. Well, you got a family business there, a money maker. I would think a golf course if it's done right. I mean, you would golf course wouldn't survive in the hood, but so you got to think. Well, they always make money. I would think they make money all the time, but But someday he'll get his share. But divvied up with his brother. I don't know if he's got one
I
brother.
don't know. That's if they put you in the will.
Yeah, who knows? Well, when he started telling me the story, yes, his dad passed away, and then she got married again, and he passed away. I'm thinking, man, this sounds like something out of
A professional widow.
a real crime scene kind of a thing on video, Well, if you got kind of business like that, man, you can make money on it. It certainly isn't a public course. I mean, the counties always fight that in Milwaukee. They don't want to pay for that shit.
Yeah, I think it is public.
Yeah,
It's not a private club or anything.
his.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I never asked him. Never asked him. Unless his mom well, then she would manage it for the county or whatever she's in. I think it might be the family, their own thing. When I was at Fort Sheridan there, they had a 9-hole golf course, north of Chicago, 17 miles north. And Ben Hogan laid it out. And I went there once with one of my sergeants. He was a cool guy from Michigan. Chuck Kahn. His last name was Kahn with a K. I go up there I see these dudes on TV Lee Trevino and Arnold Palmer. I remember when Jack Nicklaus was the junior guy, the freshman really, and then Arnold. And after a while, Jack looked as old as Arnold, Didn't take that long, but there's Chichi Rodriguez. That was always fun to watch. They made watching golf fun, if you can even say that. But I get down there and I'm trying to chip it onto the fucking, what do you call it? And I think it was slicing off to the right. I'm like, fuck. Some guys at work wanted me to join them because they wanted me for the handicap. I said, listen, man, because I never played.
Yeah.
I told them I never played before. I never played. I only had a golf.
That's good. We could use
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
These guys were all drinkers, man. They're like, oh, come on, man. They worked in the plating department. I was on the other side of the aisle from them. I said, man, look, Pat, if I can't do that, otherwise we'll be there all fucking day.
Yeah.
I go, you could minus me 50 fucking strokes. It's not happening. I when I went trap shooting, I thought that much. I just wanted. I think I averaged 18 maybe out of 25, and I used my dad's shotgun, and the fucking sight fell off. I'm like, whatever, don't matter. Joined with my cousin. I joined with my cousin and worked.
You're just praying and spraying anyways.
No, well, one day I noticed that somebody said something. They go, hey, where's the sight? Because my dad had a shotgun. It was I forget what it was, over under, I think. But this one guy says, "Here, try this." I don't remember the number of rifle. I took that fucker and I hit the next 24 out of 25 shots. And I think one of them, it was like automatic, man. Oh, it was so nice. It was like going from driving a Econo box to the creme of the creme of cars, man. I said, damn, when I turned around, I said, ooh. The guy, love this, man. But that was kind of costly. My cousin was reloading my shots for free. Then he realized how much it was costing him. Because you'd buy a box, it would be like, I think $10 back then or something like that. $5-10. Need three boxes. And so I paid my cousin, but it was still cheaper than buying them, because he had a little press or whatever it's called. Not much happening around here, man.
Did you take your pill already?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I thought about meeting those people over there with my hardware store there. That would be we'd be related for sure. My great grandfather would be some of their great grandfathers. I could never find out how many kids were in that family. Except the two brothers, Giuseppe and I think Jack. He was named Jack. I don't know what his Italian name was, but they're like, like they could give a shit. That's like part for the course. My dad said, and my dad had one brother, my uncle, that youngest brother that died a couple years ago now. He's the only one that family meant anything to. He come to everything. Cool guy, man. He was about 6'2", 6'3". Dude, loved to dance, man. Him and my auntie danced contests and all that stuff. Yeah. He traded my dad one weekend because he was going hunting. I forget where. My dad had a station wagon, so he let us use his Bel Air convertible. That was nice.
Did you get dibs on that, or were you driving yet?
No. I was
Oh, you're too young.
Yeah, that was that
What year of a
convertible.
Bel Air would it have been?
It was a 63 Impala
Oh.
convertible. I like everybody says it, man, because one of my friends in Wisconsin had an older guy than me at the time. He had a 64. I said, man, Robert, you should have a 63. He goes, everybody says that. But my dad had a 63 wagon.
My dad was over at this guy's house. I forget what for. He just lived a couple streets over from us. And he was talking. I was 16 years old, right? I was with my dad. We were in this guy's garage, and he had this car under a car cover, right? You couldn't tell what it was. And I 16 years old, we were into cars and stuff. So I was like, I said, what's underneath that? And he lifted up. He had this 61 Impala, white with like a red interior,
The big wings.
Oh, man. And I'm sitting there, because I'm thinking, oh, 61, that's a year I was born. I'd love to. I'm like, are you going to sell that? He said, no.
Did it have skirts? Was it a two-door?
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw the front. He just pulled like the front half up, And I was like, oh, man. It was perfect. And, back then, especially in Pittsburgh, cars rusted out within the first 3 years, But this one, man, it had like 0 miles on it. The muffler wasn't even dirty, So it's one of those ones where he bought and he just kept it in the garage always, So, but
yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I remember that white Chevy Impala 61, just because it was my birth year,
I always think of that too sometimes. My mother, one of my mother's brothers, my mom's side, he had cars all over the place. After he passed away, he had like 6 kids, and 2 of them were worth the shit, trust me. But he had like classic Fords pickups that were. He didn't do anything to them but buy them the way they were. They looked like, like back in their time. They were that nice. And a couple of the boys just kept taking shit. But he had when I was over at his house, I didn't go over to too much after we got older. But he had cars parked all over, and he paid to have them parked. And he had a 65 442, with a Muncie, was that 4-speed? And I said, hey, Roger, I'll give you $1,000 for that. And he didn't want to sell it. And he died of a fucking heart attack. He had a 66 convertible that his sister, my auntie, drove. And she sold it back to him or something. The engine seized because of all those years it just sat there.
Yeah.
I thought, man, oh man, if I'd have had that 442 like his, I'd have, oh my god, that'd have been danger, man. That would have been bad news. Man. Well, got all this shit around here now. These guys ought to be painting tomorrow. Some more. And that's moving day to my new studio.
So what year's your boy in school? He's in elementary, right?
Yeah, he's in fourth grade.
Fourth. Oh, my wife she said ask him what school it is.
What?
What school? I said he goes to a private school, right?
Starland
Oh, yeah.
International School. It's
Where's
like
that
14
at? Like,
all over the Philippines.
I mean, in Butuan, is it close to you? Is it on like
Oh,
Montilla
it's,
Boulevard or?
Yeah, it's on Villanueva. It's called Villanueva and Montilla. It's just down the street from Aquino when you're heading
What's
west.
it called? Star what?
Starland.
Oh, Starland. Huh.
Starland. They and if you lived in Metro Manila, it would be 14,000 a year. So it'd be
14,000?
US.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
A year.
Look it up.
What is it in Butuan?
I think it's pretty close to that. Let me see. I think it's 61,000. Could be. It could be higher than that.
61K pesos
61,000 pesos. I think.
a year.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not too bad. I mean,
5,000 a year. 5,083, give or take. I'd imagine.
wow. But
In
in
Manila,
Metro Manila, it's 14,000 US.
yeah, man. 'Cause I looked it up out of curiosity. I thought
How
I
can
lived
it be
up there.
14 times more? I mean,
Because you're in a you're in BGC.
I guess.
Makati, you're in all the
Yep, where all the money is, so you take advantage
rich
of it.
world. Yeah, Makati, man. That's the first place I went to when I got here. And this past time we were when I came back a couple of years ago, it was so freaking dirty, man. You know, the hotel or the condo building that they were building that JB stayed in it. There was under construction when the first time I saw it. First time I was there. I loved it, man. I can live. But you know, when you look from BGC, even when I was in Pasay there near the Mall of Asia, I think it's Pasay, and you could look in a distance from my room. I could see God. It was like Los Angeles. It was just this big cloud of fucking, car exhaust.
Pollution. Yeah.
Pollution, yeah.
Hey, did you have a stream last week? Because I was in Florida.
I tried, but my like I said, I screwed up my audio. I didn't know what I did.
Yeah, because I was running around with my son, and we were getting him going up to see his house in Orlando. Him and three other guys renting out.
You didn't hear me at all, did you?
No, I wasn't even online.
No, I wasn't on. I mean, okay, because I was trying to figure out if somebody could hear me.
No, I didn't even try to get on because I was running everywhere.
Yeah.
We didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Today I was crabby, man.
Hey, Professor.
My son kept.
What? He showed up
Who?
on his busy Friday evening. Ronald.
He did, huh? Where is he?
I don't know. Christian just said hello to him. There
Oh, that
he
was
is
on,
in the comments.
that was honored from before. Unless he's hitting the same thing tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's it just came now after, but here Kiko I write at 1:42 p.m. and message
Okay.
from professor was 2:15, so
Yeah.
oh,
it's not from before. No.
The timekeeper.
there we
Oh
go.
yeah.
I'm gonna get a pool. You know, bucker every day, especially when there's a power brownout. The wife don't want me to do that because then the mother-in-law wouldn't be able to putz around with her plants and all this shit. I said, well, you just bought the lot next to her for her other kid. Why don't you plant trees over there? Papaya, you know.
I think when I get off here, I'm going to go to a flea market. It's 40 miles away
40, huh? Was
in
your wife
Ohio.
is your wife home?
Going to cross the border? No, she's left for work. She started work 20 minutes ago, 8 o'clock.
Oh, I forgot it's Friday morning for you.
Yep. And Friday's always a flea market day. Just a whole bunch of people bring their junk out. And then there's a whole lot of, Chinese crap, new
We
plastic Chinese stuff.
we had a neighbor that sold antique stuff back in our landlord. She was our landlord for a while, and we moved out of her houses to the next lot. And we had a typewriter from early 1900s, I think. Or they're at or late 18. Fucking thing was, I don't know how much it weighed. It had to weigh it felt like 40 pounds, man. It's it was a beast.
Oh, I want to tell you, when I went through TSA at the airport, right? I'm leaving here going down to Florida. And while I'm down there, I'm going to change my son's oil, right? So I know he doesn't have any tools. So I need a 17 millimeter, for the nut to drain the oil pan, right? The oil pan drain nut. And I had like a 3/8, they were like 9 inches long, the tools. One was
Oh,
a box end 17 with an open end, right, on the other end. Okay. And the other one was just a little, you know how you have like a breaker bar, but this was a tiny 3/8 one, like, okay, so I'm going through TSA, and I also had a nice Wix oil filter in my carry-on bag. So I figured, when I go, they put my bag through, and I figured, yeah, they're going to flag me on the oil filter, right? So I go through, and is this your bag? I said, yeah. I said, it's probably the oil filter, right? She said, no, what's these? You have tools in there? And I'm like, yeah. I said, I have a box end wrench, and I have a little, breaker, 3/8, and she said, you can't take a tool over 7 inches long, So she has this little scale there, right? Little like ruler. So she holds my thing up to my box end wrench, right? Or like I'm going to hijack the plane with a box end wrench, right? She holds it up there. It's 9 inches long, right? So they're both just over the 7 inch. She says, do you have a check bag you can put these in? I said, no, ma'am. I said, we're traveling light, only carry on, so we can, buzz through the airports. She said, well, did anyone drop you off? You can take it back. Like she thinks I'm going to go all the way back through security, to give it to my driver or whatever. I was like, no, man, we got dropped off. She said, you're going to have to forfeit these. And I'm like, whatever, I didn't tell her, look, I spent 28 years of my life maintaining the national airway system, for the public safety,
yeah.
And you're going to drug me because my box end wrench is 2 inches longer than your 7 inch,
Sounds kind of sexual there.
So anyway, she said, you realize you would have to forfeit. I said, yeah, go ahead. I said, I should have told her, yeah, some TSA person's going to get a new tool at the end of their shift today, But
Yeah, it's not
It's not.
common.
I only paid $5 for that at the flea markets, and I asked my wife. I said, "So what's it going to cost for a check bag?" She said, $35. I said the tools aren't even worth 35. I said, let them keep them. Someone's going to get a couple nice tools here at the end of their shift today.
Bet you were the first person to have an oil filter in your carry-on.
It's in the storage shed.
No, nobody has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing my own. I just need them to grease or lube, but there are hardly any lubes. I think that dry shaft in a truck, but I'm not paying 8,000. One guy, all the time, the guy goes, "Why not?" I go, well, "Fucking 8,000, man."
So the end of the story is I went down when I got to Tampa. My daughter lives down there, and she had some tools anyway. She had enough stuff I could have used, but I'm like,
Oh,
and I did use. So I changed the oil in her garage, and of course it's Florida, and it was like 120 in the garage because there's no airflow, But I lost a couple pounds of sweat, but that was good. I needed it, but so I changed the oil in her garage.
well, he can't change his own oil.
No, man, they don't know anything about vehicles.
My
Never
son
took
don't
an
either.
interest.
My son don't. He came
Never
over
took
to
an
my
interest.
he came over to my house one time with the Honda that put 19,000 mile when I gave him like a new car, and it was like 4 or 5 years old, and you could hear his clacking. I'm like, wow, man, it sounded like something was just ready to drop. So the car kept dying on him, and he lived by this on one side of the city, and the guy quoted him like $2,000 or something. I'm like, this, I'm outrageous. It turned out to be the compressor for the air conditioning unit. Because you're got that serpentine bell, everything runs off of one bell. I mean, when he came over, my neighbor across the street, he hears that clacking. So he had it done at the dealer for, I think the dealer did it for $600.
Yeah,
It was-
I never, I never really did anything mechanical because my dad never worked on his own cars. He always took it to his buddy who was a mechanic.
yeah.
But so I didn't start like doing anything to my own vehicles till I was in the military, because they had the auto hobby shops
Yeah.
and they had all the tools and stuff and the jacks and everything. So, and they usually had someone there to give advice, if you didn't know how to do something. So,
Unless it was nighttime.
and plus out of necessity, because I didn't have the money to pay someone, ridiculous amount to do simple stuff. So
I got to know the guys outside the Fort Sheridan's gas station. They still did mechanical work, and I knew them all, and the owner said, my favorite mechanic, he fired him. I said, why? Well, he got a little lippy with him or some shit. He goes, I got a replacement. He's better than him, And they were all cool, but the guy that owned the station, he had a younger brother, good looking guy. This guy looked like Mr. French from Family Affair, and his wife was good looking. He goes, we were talking about booty time one time, shoot the shit, and he goes, I'd rather spend my money on food than a woman. I'm like, oh the fuck. I didn't say nothing to him, but I'm looking at his wife. Oh, what do you mean? He'd rather eat.
my dad's mechanic, man, he was cool. He was a real small guy, thin, but he slicked his hair back, man. He looked like he should have been in what was that group?
Wacky Ship in the Navy.
No, that 50s group.
Sha-na-na?
Yeah, he looked like he should have been in Sha-na-na, man. He always had that grease shit in his hair. Like the Italian guys did, They always slicked their hair back.
Sleeveless t-shirt.
No hair was ever out of place, because it was all pasted down.
What do you think the point was to those t-shirts if your armpits are exposed to your shirt anyway? Why you know what I mean? Why does it do? You know what? I had a 71 Cutlass. I'm sure I told you this before, but I knew nothing about metric. I mean, you know, in school, you learned a little while, you know, the Canada was waiting on the US to switch over to the metric system. I could give a shit, you know. And so I go on, I had a flange, an asbestos donut between the exhaust manifold. You know, I didn't know, you know, you need to take that in because that's a mother. That shit, you need to have it torched or something, or a dozen cans of lube, you know, spray. And so I'm thinking, okay, I don't have any metric sockets. I knew nothing of metrics. So I'm underneath there. I'm like, fuck, man, you know, this one barely hangs, barely touches it. The other one's too small. The other one's too big. So I took that muffler wrap. You know, it's like a cast. I don't know if you're familiar with that stuff. You put it in water, and that's how you make body casts too. But I wrapped a ton of that shit around the flange, just roundish shit, because I got a ticket for it being loud. You know, the cop. I said, man, I only had $10. You know, I got a thrush muffler, and so my license plate was in the back window because I had one of the spring ones on the 71 Cutlass. They had the gas filler was back, you know, behind the plate, and so I go to the police station. I'm down the street. I go here, you know, I got my receipt, you know, for all this shit. And the cop looks and he gives me this wave, like, okay. But then I took the plate, I had the plate resting on top of the trailer hitch. And he like did a double take, but he went inside. Oh my God. And the captain at that police station had my last name too, never met him. I got pulled over for drunk driving once. The times I got lucky, I didn't get. The guy goes, "We're gonna give you a ticket for a loud muffler," which it was a loud muffler. But you got to be glad that's all we give you, which means these dudes are ready to get off of work because if they wanted overtime, they could get it with me through processing and all that shit. Be 4 hours or more, you know. And the guy was right, man. I was lucky. He pressed my luck a little down, a couple of years down the road. But you know, the things, you know, and I legitimately I didn't have much. And I wasn't lying when I told the cop that. You know, because the thrush had like that reminded of me of that Roadrunner that with the yellow beak.
They called
Yeah,
them thrush glass packs, right?
yeah, they were glass backs. They were hush thrush, some shit like thrush. I don't even know if they still make them or not. They're tubular. It was a weird seeing a muffler like that. We were used to seeing the kind, you know, inlet, outlet. You know, yeah, they sounded cool. I mean, they weren't that loud. They were nice. I liked them, and my captain down there at Fort Sheridan liked it too. He was, you know, we used to get all our like we'd have 12 guys lined up with the trunk lids, you know, by the barracks, and all our trunk lids are open, and we got it all cranked on the same station. We're playing frisbee, you know, drinking beer. That was a good time, man. And I was, you know, I was married at the time too, but I spent more time away from the house than that was my first wife. I showed you that picture a while back. Yeah, she's good looking, still good looking. Every time I only seen her like a couple times. That she went to Texas. She was supposed to get my permission to take the kids out of state, but she never did. She thought making a phone call and get me on on tape saying it was going to be okay, you know. But she went there in California, and I visited them in California, and then they came to Milwaukee when her father died. Her father had my birthday too, but
Yeah, no,
she kept bringing up the same shit as to why how she caught me or busted me, you know, with letters I was writing. But she was fucking around just as much though.
yeah, I don't. I think the last time I saw my daughter was graduating boot camp, Paris Island. That
Oh
was like
wow.
6 years ago. And no, she her looks never improved. So
If you're little, you get bigger and bigger.
and when she, you know, when we were dating, my wife was shit. She was probably like 90 pounds. She was, you know, so thin. And her mother, you know, was kind of, you know, big. And I'm thinking, you know, because the guys always said, you want to see what your woman's going to look like? Look at her mother, you know? And I was like, there's no way she's ever going to get that big, you know? But guess what? Decades have a way of doing shit to you, you know? So that's all I got to say about that. So, so
I didn't think, I told my second wife, I said, don't ever get like your sister. And because my second wife was, you know, thin like I was. I'm like, no way, man. Her mom wasn't up big. Her mom's side of the family are like German, you know, husky chicks, you know, except her mother was normal build, shorter woman. But she said, oh, you shouldn't say that. And fucking sure enough, man, you know, it creeps up on you. But the thing is, I never thought about it, you know, and of course you progress through the years, you know. I didn't sit there and go, well, you're a fat ass now. It never even entered my mind. Now I got my friggin' belly now and I can give a shit, you know.
yeah, I don't care.
I'm not doing nothing, man. I don't even need, I can get shit with this belly. I'm just getting tired of shit.
All right. Well, I'm going to get going. I'll see you, Christian. Take care. Ronald, if you were out there, take care.
Flower hour.
See you, Kiko.
Simon,
Yeah.
Maria, if you're lurking, hope you're doing all right.
There ain't nobody there now.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a couple of minuses. Don't forget the thumbs up.
All right. Have a good week. Hey, next week, can you do it at 8:30 or is that too late for you?
8:30. Come on, I'd have my thing set for 7:30 then. You're an hour. You're talking your time.
I know, because
8:30.
normally a Friday, I got to take my wife to work at 7:30. That's exactly when your stream starts. And I don't get back there until about 8:15. So
you're talking about 8:30 your time, right?
Well, we're both the same right now because we're on this. We haven't changed our clock. So right now it's 8:35, and for you it's 8:35, right?
7:36.
No.
Oh, in the Philippines, yeah.
The time in the Philippines is 8:36, right?
Triple check. Yeah, 8:30. Yeah.
Right. So I'm on East Coast time, so I am the exact same as you, except 12 hours difference. Okay.
Just change it to 8:30.
Yeah, change it to 8:30.
What I'm talking about is my computer set up I have Wisconsin.
You're Central time, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Central. So
change it to.
If I set it for 7:30 Central, it'll be
8:30 Eastern. Right. Okay, great.
Okay.
That'll work on Fridays for me. I know it's an hour later. You might want to get to sleep, but that'll work out better. All right.
Okay.
All right. Have a good week, Christian. Have a good week. Take care, everybody.
Hasta la vista.
You too, Kiko.
Who?
I said, you too, Kiko. He said, have a good week.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what time to do the things anymore. I asked Jack if he wanted to do them on Friday night, but I never. He tried calling today, but I was dealing with something else. I thought my phone keeps vibrating. What the fuck is it? What is this? You know, usually you'll cut, mute something, and flash whatever. But it wasn't. I'm like, what the hell's happening? I looked at it a little while ago and it was him. If you're out there now, Jack, you can do this next week. Because I wanted something where I can jump in and jump out too. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the hostess anymore. The hostess with the mostest. Yeah. The fucking chug of that shit here and all this stuff all over here. I have a storage room, but I want to put a door that I can access it from in the house, not out. I could make this could be a 5-bedroom place easy, where I got these 2 rooms. But just based on the speed these guys are working at, I don't know if I can tolerate that. I don't know. You know, he uses I used gloss paint I had before, and he used a semi-gloss. He used a brush, which if you roll it on, you get that more clean look. You know, you don't get those. You don't see the brush marks.
Yeah.
But I'm getting to the point where I don't fuck. You know, fucking termites can eat the shit out of this place. I bought this ladder, this multi-purpose ladder. You can click it, shape it whatever way you want. It costs
Yeah, I saw that in the JB's place too when she had someone painting. The things they use 3 weeks to paint, I would use maybe 3 days to paint.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? Man, you know, I'm somebody making money, but don't milk me because I know this shit. I know what it's all about, you know? So, you know, the other day I said, when I first came over, that dude's cool. I mean, but his helpers are lazy. Fucking guy. How can you sit in front of a door for 8 fucking hours rubbing it? You know? I mean, my goodness, man. You know, and me not notice. But I could paint too. Right now, I'm having them paint the outside, the newer section where I'll have my appliances at, just because. But I'm thinking I got to stop being lazy here because I've been painting since I was young, a little kid, you know, and I just get tired of it. But watching these guys taking days to do what I can do in one day. I mean, the work is good when it's finished, but I don't. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have. You know, he wanted me. He asked me, "Do you want a floor?" Because I had a tile, a different color, a different shade of like woodwork, you know, on the floor, stained floor. And in the bedroom here, the hallway, the room in here is a shade darker than the rest of the house at the time. Because who gives a shit, right? You don't see it till you open the door. So on the one he just finished, that one doesn't have. There wasn't a room there. There wasn't a plan for a room entrance or exit right there. So the old one is sticking out underneath. You could see it as you step to open up the door. But he said, "What about the other room? You're gonna have that?" You know, I said, "I don't know, man. It's a storage thing, you know." I said, I showed him the wall I wanted because the wall had settling cracks in it that the other guy did. So when they came over, I said, "Yeah, I need this and these 2 doors." So they ended up doing the whole fucking room and the ceiling in the room. And I'm like, all I wanted was this. He goes, "Well, I got to put primer on it." And I said, "No, you don't. Primer is paint. Primer is paint. And the color that the rooms are is yellow. So the only thing it's gonna needs primer is if I got a dark color on there. Otherwise, your yellow won't look the way it's supposed to. That's how that works, you know. You just got fucking. It was like a fucker with Tourette's or something, you know. He kept saying it over and over, like fuck, you know. You don't understand. No. So I let him have at it, you know. But I do need him for that doorway. He did an excellent job on the floor and, the whole room too, matter of fact. But almost a week now. Come on, fucking one afternoon he should have that thing prepped, ready to go. But I'm always looking for shit to do. I'm gonna start getting into the waxing my car every day. every other day. I had one of my cars when I was younger. It was so much wax. I waxed it, looked good. Somebody was standing near it one time. They go to put their arm on, they slipped right off. It's like out of a fucking comedy movie. Oh man. Uh, I kept thinking today was Saturday. Something's been going on lately. I'm standing, if I'm sitting here, I don't know what side your brain has the memory or whatever. But I forgot but I'm sitting here and all of a sudden I get this feeling about something like where my eyes just I have to close them and try to think of something else. Otherwise it has this effect on me for a few minutes, Not minutes, more like seconds. Under a minute. And I don't know where it comes from. Or why. I think it had a lot to do with that accident I had 9 years ago. Yeah, 9 years. So anyway, I want to see if Jack wants to do this, and then he'll have names, man. Okay, can't make it the name. Anyway, he's got other guys that'll come on. Michael, look forward to Michael McStarted. So when you headed back?
November.
Landed Solar Land yet? Is your uncle's land?
No, it's not. If it was, I would already be in the Philippines.
Is it a big chunk for you?
Yeah. So,
oh, you must have had a lot then.
Yeah, I don't know how much is in acre. Wait.
You go by hectares, don't you?
What do you use in America?
We use acres. A little bit bigger than hectare, I think. It's got to have like 100 or more.
Here it says the car acres.
Yeah. How much?
I'm trying to find out. 1.35 decar.
Acre, yeah, acre. Spelled like acre, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, they got the TV blasted. With that roof I got, there's a big echo, man. The sound carries.
So if I can take it in square meters, 5,500 square meters.
5,500?
Yeah.
Let's see. What is 5,500 square meters in square feet?
5,500 square meters.
Wow. 59,000. 5,900 and what? What'd you say it was, Mike, Christian?
5,500 square meters.
Square meter? 5,500 square meter?
Yeah.
5,500 square meters in acres. 1.3. That's not big at all. It's like probably like the lot I have here.
Well, you can build some houses on it for sure.
Yeah, you can. Sure. It's in the city.
No, it's like 15 minutes from the Oslo, which is the capital of Norway.
Oslo. Is that per person that's inherited? Or is that the entire amount for everyone?
That's not an amount. That's the lots area space.
Well, yeah, it's a space. It's the same. That's the space that everybody has to divvy up, divide.
Yeah, we're not dividing it. We're dividing the money, but not the.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You
Yeah,
divide.
yeah.
I thought maybe you broke it down to you had 1.3, your brother had 1.3.
No.
Yeah, if it's in the city, man, who knows?
It's
Okay.
15 minutes from the capital of Norway, so it's
50 minutes also?
15.
15. Oh, 15. Well, that's good. That's a good drive. 1.359. I think when the phone gets pitched at you, I'll say, what is this? 35 square meters is what square feet? Give it to me for just that for demonstration purposes. I use that number. It'll do it for you for a while. Then it'll start suggesting where you can do it yourself. The fucking phone gets tired at me too, man. I might reel off several different numbers, and after a while, after about 4 times, it just fucking starts. I have to word it different so it'll bring it up. I'm thinking, fucking phone ain't supposed to be human. Oh my god, I don't know. I can sleep tonight, man. Oh my god, fiesta time in the province today. They have a fiesta, all out fiesta that starts. It's Thursday and Friday. Now, all the celebrations I've been to, or even ones I haven't, are done on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday. Because most people work Monday through Friday. So my wife said, "No, I don't want to." She goes, "No, you don't want to go up there." Oh, they wanted somebody wanted a free ride up there, I guess. So now we go. Here's about 1, 2, 3, 6 women for you to look at. All like that rice. Yeah, I'll see people. I'll see foreigners in the mall here once in a while. I'll just be standing like by a door and an entrance to a business, shop. And one guy walked by 3 times because he's trying to get my attention so he can say hello. Like, I don't want to talk to you, And the guy finally did it on the third try. I go, he said hi. I said hello. That was it. Maybe this is your first time here. I don't know. The only Westerners I associate here are on YouTube. I don't really, it's just point in life, man. A lot of people here are just Westerners. Some metal Lebanese guy got in a motorcycle wreck here. His freaking hip or the leg when he walks, he kind of like twists his torso to the left so he can get a step out of it because he can't take his leg straight out, and it's never been fixed. I don't even think the lady that knows him pretty good said he hasn't even tried to have it corrected because he's really messing himself up for other situations. Big tall dude too from Lebanon. Tall guy, man. This guy's about 6'6". Oh, I saw a guy from Florida. They come in this detox place I go to, like for your feet. You know, it's supposed to help you out. It helps me. Takes out a lot of toxic shit. It supposedly works for me though. And there was a guy in there. This guy, the owner told me his name's Ben, and he's from Florida. I'm thinking this guy's a little freaky kind of. The guy was whiter than fucking white. He's from Florida, where it's hotter than hell most of the year. And I said to her, this guy must wear, his neck must be covered, his head and his arms and legs, because you're gonna get a little color leaving at the house and to the vehicle and back, or somebody starts engaging in a conversation. I go, she says maybe he works at night. Yeah, I said maybe he does, man. But I don't know. She talked about having a girlfriend or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to sit there and talk to them dudes like that about. A lot of these guys, their language, man, they're real disrespectful when they're talking about their ladies. You know, they're thinking they're with them just because of their macho-ness or some shit. Some guy in the mall did that once. I was in a Robinson's. He's chatting his ass off. Like he's the only one talking. I think he was either there or he's either a younger guy. This guy was probably in his 40s, and the other guy was younger. I don't know what they were. They're talking to these ladies, and I'm sitting there because my wife went to the counter to order something, and this guy's talking shit to him. Oh yeah, or you end up alone like that guy. He's talking to me. He's talking about me. And then my wife just said, "Oh, I guess he has somebody." I'm thinking, "Fucker, you're not impressing nobody here." You know, these ladies are interested. They're interested in your money. So let's not forget that.
Every woman on the planet is interested in.
Oh, sure. But when you realize that when you're younger, you think it's all about you. all that love shit they put out. But when you get older, what do you got to offer somebody? That's the thing. If I have a habit of leaving paper plates around the house, is that a deal breaker for her? Or is she just got to deal with it? I always said it's about how much bullshit you're willing to put up with. And if you marry a woman and you're not having any kids, why would you want to marry your girlfriend? You're still going to get the same shit one way or the other, but you run the risk of losing. I just, I'm sitting right next to these guys, and they're trying to impress me. These ladies are laughing at everything they say. I'm thinking, this fucker's a big fucking, kind of a tad overweight, kind of chubby guy. Shit like that. Anyway, man, I'm gonna get going myself.
Yeah.
I try this next week. If not, we'll see if Jack will take it. All right, thanks for stopping.
Oh, you're welcome.
Don't give me too many negative reviews here. Yeah. Maybe we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye.
All right.